a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is R.I.F.T Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Good evening, travelers. Good evening, Joni. Welcome to the first edition of the Otter's Den on the R.I.F.T Nation Network. How about that? We got here. We did.
How exciting. I'm so excited.
Yes, I am. It is exciting. It's something new. It's a new journey. And sometimes those can be a little scary and overwhelming, but we got all this tech figured out, and look, here we are.
You are the tech king, though. You act like you do know tech. You can figure it out.
Hey, Renee, thank you for that. Appreciate that. I'm gonna go sneak over here and try to do the same thing. There's that. We'll get that shared out. And then we'll slip on over to the Otter's Den page. And we'll get that shared out.
See?
And yeah.
You've got it all figured out.
We are definitely getting there.
And just for scheduling, the Otter's Den will be, Mysteries Beyond the Scenes, which was True Crime Mysteries Beyond the Veil, will be on Monday evenings, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. Then the Otter's Den will be on 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 to 8 Central.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm glad you said that. I had it in here, but then I got to Sharon and I forgot.
Well, when you're on two different time zones like we are, it can be confusing.
Oh, absolutely. Especially, like with the studio here, that is set to Eastern time. So I constantly have to remind myself of that because I forget. So I got to set it up for the right time.
and, Kentucky has Eastern and Central. And we're cut in half. Kentucky has two time zones.
I forgot about that.
So, but we will be back on April 14th. I will be back with Mysteries Beyond the Scenes at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And because of the fact that the eclipse is in 7 days, and I don't want to begin a new, actually not a new show, but it's a new platform, new station actually during eclipse season. I'm kind of funny that way on eclipse. Hi, Susan.
No, it's not funny at all. I mean, you got to kind of watch the retrogrades. You got to watch the eclipses. You got to watch what's going on in order to know when to start your stuff.
Well, and with this eclipse season that's going to hit April 20th, the effects we are feeling now. So we've also got Mercury in its shadow as well, going retrograde. And just a footnote, Keith, to remember this. All Mercury retrogrades in 2023 are going to be in Earth signs, which is grounding. Goosebumps.
Hair just stood up on my arms.
Yep.
That's spirit saying, boy, you better pay attention.
For water signs and for air signs and for fire signs, we love the earth signs. They ground us. We need that. I think a Mercury retrograde in earth signs will drive the earth signs crazy. Like the Virgos and the Taurus, that everything has to be so with their Post-it notes and their to-do lists and their schedules. And, as we all know, Mercury retrograde says, slow the hell down.
Yes, it does. Here's this thing. Here's this thing from this year in your life. You shoved it under the rug. I picked the rug up. Here it is. Look at it. Would you look at it? Just look at it. Would you look at that? Just look at it.
Yeah. Look at your taxes again. Make sure that you didn't make a mistake on a book. If you're editing a book, go through your book. You will find tons of mistakes during a retrograde season that you didn't think you made mistakes, but you will be shown, especially in an earth sign, you're going to sit down and want to do them because that's what the energy is saying.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes total sense because I went fishing for a little while this afternoon, got one bite, came home, started working on my wiring up in my bedroom for my outlets, and got it all figured out. I had to redo almost the entire wall because I didn't realize it when I put them up because I was in a hurry, but the boards were warped. So, one was going this way, one was going that way. So I got my last 2x4 straight ones, put them up, and I got a straight wall. But in doing so, I got in a hurry. And I was putting 4 outlet boxes in, 4 for my bedroom and 4 for the guest bedroom. And guess what? I put them all facing in the guest bedroom. So I had to take them back out, turn them over, turn them around, and put them in the other room. Just that simple.
You had a Libra moment.
Yeah, I did.
You had a Libra thing. Keep the Libras out of the lab. We said that during keep the Libras out of the lab. They'll spill everything.
Yes.
They will get everything all over. It's true. The main thing to think about between now and the 20th is because this one is in Aries. Keith is in Aries rising. I'm in Aries rising. If you're an Aries moon, Aries rising, Aries sun, this is fiery. This is urgent. This is at 29 degrees and 2950. So it's almost into Taurus, this eclipse. So it's fiery. Remember, at all of our Aries loves that we know how impulsive that energy can be. Step back. Next 2 weeks, because it can also be argumentative. You know that Aries can be very argumentative.
No, we aren't. No, we aren't. We are not. How dare you say I'm argumentative?
I know. Damn it. Say that again. That, we just talked about this. The hardest lesson for an Aries to learn is to bite the tongue.
Yes. Yes, it is. Because normally, back in the day, here it is. You look at me wrong, I'm gonna knock you out.
Yeah.
Now it's like, no, just hang on. Let's think about this. Let me take a step back. Let me take a breath. Does this need to be said? Does it need to be said now? Is this the proper place to say said thing? Or is it better to wait and figure out a better way to say it later in a different venue or avenue? And that takes a lot of practice because you just want to get your words out. But sometimes it's better to just take a step back, take a breath. Okay, maybe I don't need to say this right now. We'll save this for later.
It's true. And impulsive and doing things without thinking and jumping to conclusions. And everybody's against me. I don't know why I did this, until you start to look at your actions. And then it's like,
maybe that's why I did this. So that affected this.
Right. That's the lesson for the next 2 weeks. But use the positive energy of Aries, which is bravery, getting things done, warrior, fire, get it done. Like me with the house, use this, get it done, and do it with no fear.
Yeah.
Aries has no fear.
Not wrong.
No, there's no fear. There's no fear of failure because it's like, well, I'll just go to plan B or I'll go to plan A. I will dust myself off. I admire that as such a great characteristic of an Aries.
I'll make it work.
Yep, you do.
I'll
They
make it.
do make it work.
And that's one thing I did over the weekend. I had a 3-day weekend. I was supposed to be able to work on a vehicle that I'm rebuilding an engine on for a friend of mine, but getting the heads ready to bolt back on, I found some more damage. So we got to wait for him to make some decisions and get some parts. So I used it to put the rest of my plaster lath up. I hauled butt and I got it all done. I have my living room done. I have my dining room done. You walk in my house and first floor is lathed in, except for the kitchen. I'm doing that in a different material, so that's going to wait. And then I went fishing today and I wasn't getting any bites, so I decided, you know what, let's go do some wiring. Let's go do it. So that's what I'm doing.
There you go.
I want to get this done. There's a fire under my.
There's an urgency right now and it'll just keep building and building as we get closer to the season.
Mm-hmm.
And this eclipse in Aries, it happens every 19, 20 years.
Okay.
So use this energy in a positive manner. As we know now, there was another incident today in Louisville. And I hate to say this, but those things might continue on for the next couple of weeks because of this energy. It is very urgent.
Yeah, be cautious of your surroundings. I mean, you should anyway, but especially right now, through this Mercury retrograde and through this eclipse season, just take a little extra time, leave a little extra early for work. If you're walking down the street, watch the alleys, watch the streets, watch the crosswalks a little better. Just pay attention.
Listen.
Yes.
And listen to what's going on around you as well.
Yeah, and don't be walking down the street with your face in your phone.
That's good advice.
You touched on something. It's going to hit at 29.5 degrees, 11, and then 5 is change. So those are good numbers for me. So maybe this will help me out a little bit.
The 29, every degree, there's 30 degrees in every sign.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree, every degree has a meaning. So at 29 degrees of Aries, it is the celestial choir singing. We need to learn to hear it. So that's what the 29 degree of Aries is, a new beginning. It's a new start. It's the beginning of something. And as you know, eclipses, this is a solar eclipse.
Yes.
So right before this solar eclipse, and I wanted to give everybody a heads up on Friday. If you remember, we spotlighted back in October, November eclipse season, a certain leader's chart.
Yes.
It had so many hits on it. Well, the aspects to that chart right on the 14th, Saturn is aspecting the South Node. South Node around an eclipse season is loss. Saturn can be death or body. So we have to watch for a leader because there were so many hits on that October, November chart of his. We got to keep a heads up on the worldly spotlight of leaders, falling leaders on the 14th.
Okay.
Because Saturn is in aspect with the South Node. This upcoming eclipse is with the North Node. When it's with the North Node, it is where we're headed to. It's not loss. So it's a much better placement when we have the North Node with the sun and the moon. We don't have the heavy losses like we do with. There's always going to be losses during eclipses. It happens.
And that can be anything. It could be friend, family,
Relationships.
Yes, relationships, jobs,
Jobs.
friendships, anything. So just be prepared. You don't have to sit there and wait for the shoe to drop. That's never a good thing to do. God, I wonder what's going to happen. When is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? When is it gonna happen? Nah. I'm good today. But let's just roll with today.
Well,
Let's roll with today in this now moment. This is where I'm at. If something happens, we'll deal with it.
and we also, the week prior to that, we've got Uranus, your anus, which you'll laugh about, has got some aspects with Mercury, which is unexpected, shocking news. That's going to be coming. I know. You're just like Greg. You just laugh when I mention it.
Can't help it.
I know. You all can't help it. Even when I say Doug, you laugh.
Uranus and is aspecting things.
Doug.
You can't make that up.
So we have unexpected breakups. We've got news coming. And then we've also got where Pluto is at in this eclipse too. It's squaring the eclipse. So, Pluto is going to be in play a lot this year with it going back and forth during the Pluto return in the United States, which is, the breakdown of the old to bring in the new.
Yeah. What day is the eclipse happening?
20th, April 20th.
Okay.
But this energy is starting now. It starts to roll in now.
Yeah. It's you can feel it.
You can feel it.
And this is going to get interesting because, like you said, we not only have the eclipse, the solar eclipse happening, and then Pluto squaring that eclipse, but also Mercury retrograde starting on the 23rd?
It's like an hour after the eclipse hits.
Okay.
It's like an hour or two. It's
So
like the 21st, maybe 20th, 21st.
If there's a time to learn about yourself, this is the time.
Yes.
So do your soul searching, do your shadow work. Because Mercury's going to help you. This eclipse may help you, even though it might not seem like it's helping you. It is helping you. Spirit maybe decide you don't need this person in your life anymore. Gonna put him over there. Yeah, heal from it, because I got something better coming down the pipe.
Right.
But if you don't heal from it, you're never gonna meet this other person. Or you're not, it's you got to learn how to work with the energies and treat them differently than we used to. Because I know the Mercury retrograde used to my ass every time, because I didn't know anything about it. Just all of a sudden, here's all the stuff in my face, and I didn't know what to do with it. Now that I view it as a learning tool, and think of it as Mercury is helping me, I actually thank Mercury for the retrograde and the lessons, and I try to be as positive as I can about whatever lesson it is, because I'm getting more of my shadow self out of here and up here, where I can look at it and say, okay, let's talk. And that makes more room for better things to come in, because that old thing ain't sitting in here anymore hiding. It's not always easy to do, but it needs to be done. If you keep pushing it under the rug when Mercury says here, okay, no, here, third retrograde in the year, here, it gets a little stronger each time. And then if you still shove it back under the rug, Pluto's going to get it out and smack you in the head with it. Boom, we're done. We're doing this now.
Right. Or you've got, like in this particular instance, Mercury is in play with Uranus, which is going to be shocking. And Uranus likes to sucker punch. Face plant, sucker punch. Haha, I got you. Yeah, shocking.
You're going to pay attention now?
Yeah.
Are you going to pay attention now?
That energy does that. And also with this is Venus is very, very active, which is all relationships. So it's either meeting relationships with that North Node in there, which is like destined to happen. These are this time around eclipse time. And if you meet somebody during this time and it clicks, it is a destined relationship because the North Node is in play. So don't say, oh, I don't like that guy. Be very careful around an eclipse when you meet somebody to date them, because that's the universe coming in and stepping in.
And that person could either be destined for you, or here, you need some more lessons.
Right.
So practice the pause. Take it slow. I do my best not to start anything during Mercury RX. Just to be
Or
on the safe
eclipse.
side. Hey there. Mr. Odell himself is in the house.
Mr. Odell. And if you recall, at the last eclipse is when the crypto kid, the kid that was in the Bahamas, is it RTX? That crashed.
Yeah.
I think it's RTX. That crashed.
Yeah.
In the day of the eclipse. So if you remember back into October, go back to that time, this is the cycle that we're finishing up and starting over now.
Okay.
So, like I said, it's in Aries. Aries, I think respect is a good word to use, is to respect that fire energy, because it's impulsive. You're going to be jittery. It's got to get it done now.
Yeah.
And it can be very argumentative. It can be violent. That's why we've got to be careful with this.
Yeah. You mentioned there's already been a couple, shootings.
Yeah.
There's no call for that. I am a firm believer in the Second Amendment, but I also believe that there is no call for that.
No. And apparently the one today, it was a disgruntled worker. He worked at the bank. The young man worked at the bank. Monster.
And again, pay attention to your surroundings during these periods. Factory workers. There's a lot of people moving all around you all the time. Any profession it can happen in. It happened up in Omaha at the mall, in the store in the mall. I think it was a disgruntled employee, lost their crap, and if you're feeling like that's something you want or need to do, I'd say go get some help. Go talk to a therapist. Take your firearms and give them to somebody to hold for you until you get some help. It's okay to ask for help. It really is.
Well, as you know, we are on, and this is also at the collapsing end of the Pluto return. So it's collapsing. The old is collapsing. So it's going to get louder and noisier and more distractions. So just use that Mercury retrograde that's in all earth signs to stay grounded, stay high vibrating, because when you vibrate higher, your feelings are going to tell you when something isn't right somewhere, and you're going to get that little alarm go off.
Yeah, your little nudge, your intuition, your instinct is going to tell you, open your eyes and look around. Listen, watch. You might want to get the hell out of here. You might want to go this way today to work.
I can't sit back and help to think what happened today with my friend who I was on the phone with, and he lives in Louisville, and we had just hung up the phone. And then I got a call, and I'm like, what? Why are you calling? Well, he didn't call, but he was within blocks and then was on lockdown. So was that hey, heads up? Pay attention to he was within blocks of where this occurred, within not even blocks, like right down the street, right there.
That's too close.
And at the time, the exact time.
that can be a little unnerving.
I mean, it was very, I think it was very unnerving. And then I got to thinking and I thought, well, wait a minute. People don't butt dial anymore.
No, they got it in
You
their shirt
know?
pocket or a
Right.
clip on their side. No, and
So
like,
was that a sign to a heads up? Hey, heads up,
yeah,
spirit. It could have been a spirit heads up.
absolutely. And that's kind of what I feel it was. The spirit saying, okay, Joni, this, you need to take a look at this,
Right.
and let people know to watch their surroundings and to be cautious.
Yes. And like I said, it's this energy is, like I said, you take Aries energy and you use the positive, wonderful characteristics of this Aries energy. It's getting things done. It's bravery. It's being not afraid to do anything. And there's absolutely no fear. Use that high vibrating part of Aries energy and put that out there when you wake up in the morning.
Yes.
Just get the good vibe coming from you, because it'll ripple effect.
Absolutely. And that's one of the first things I do. Well, first thing I do is get the coffee going. That's yes.
Well, of course. Duh.
But, on the way to the coffee pot, I almost yell it, "Good morning, everybody!" To all my guides, all my spirit animals, all my protectors, here at the house. And then as soon as the sun comes up, I go to the window. I say, "Hey, thank you, sun. Good morning, sunshine. Thank you, spirit, for another day."
And I'm going to really watch the transits between now and the 14th. Actually, the 14th has got some wild transits coming up, but I'm going to watch them, but really heavy between now and the eclipse, because there are some triggers that we can kind of spot that can say, whoops, keep your head up. And maybe spirit was saying, hey, look, you look at this the next couple of weeks and make sure you tell people, just, hey, give it a heads up today.
Yeah.
And that might help people. You just never know.
Like Renee said, be the gray man or woman.
Right.
Don't dress to stick out. Because if you're in a bank or wherever, a business, and an armed gunman comes in and starts shooting, guess what? You're going to catch their eye. And
really, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Real bright colors, the bright pink, blue hair, what have you. I mean, that's going to catch somebody's eye. Because if I walk into a store, that's the first thing I notice. Boom. Okay. It draws your attention. It's different than everything else. So, during this eclipse, it might not be, and Mercury RX, it might not be a bad idea to be the gray man, the woman. I like that.
I never thought of that, Renee. I have never thought of that. I'm the one wearing the lime green and like I'm the idiot out there walking around going, what's going on? With my phone, filming it and not knowing. And but you shouldn't do that. Times are different right now.
It is. I understand wanting to make a personal statement. That's your choice. But there are times to do that and maybe times not to do that. And I feel that right now is not a time to do that.
Yeah. Well,
and she brings up a good point. She's got the proper mindset all the time.
Prepper mindset.
Yeah, prepper. Oh, yes, prepper.
I don't.
Stock up on food a little bit. Don't hoard all the toilet paper though, but stock up a little bit. It doesn't hurt to stock up on things just in case supply chains break down.
Prepared.
A strike, for trucker strike, a railroad strike.
Right.
It's going to help you in the long run, because during those times, everybody rushes out and everything's gone.
Well, and I know you're not going to remember this because this was when I was 16, but in hang
on a second.
Oh.
Yeah, that we got.
Is that a troll? Do we have a troll?
We have a troll.
Oh, that's so cool.
On my first show on the RNN, I have a troll. I love it.
I love trolls.
And guess what?
That is true, because Howie did mention this last night. if you are on Facebook, you have to hit that little button on the bottom so that we know who you are on Restream.
Yeah, and I just blocked my first troll.
Oh, that's so cool. I love trolls. That's pretty cool.
Showed up in the comments. I didn't
In
look to
our
see
chat.
where they were watching from. I just blocked them.
But it's not a bad troll. It's not a
No,
bad
but
troll. It was a business thing.
that's
Which
what I was saying.
platform?
How I didn't pay attention. I apologize. I just
He
blocked them, but I
he
didn't see
blocked.
which platform. It was
It was a business
probably
thing.
probably scammer trying. Hey,
Yeah.
I could offer you this discount. Blah 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 blah. No,
Yeah.
that's not what this show is about. Have a nice day.
Yeah. By troll. But you're going to be too young to remember this, but we had in a fire, and it was the Beverly Hills fire in Southgate, Kentucky. I was 16. And it was like 200 to 300 people perished in that fire, and it was a nightclub. So after that time, people would go into restaurants and look for the fire exits. So remember to do that too.
Yeah, fire exits, fire extinguishers.
Yeah, because you can use that as a weapon.
Absolutely. Tornado shelters. Just pay attention.
Pay attention. And that, I think that's a good thing to do this eclipse season. This is a very powerful eclipse, not only because of what else is hitting it. We've got some Jupiter hitting it, which makes things bigger. And we've also got, like you say, Uranus, Mercury. And see, there is Keith. Like, Uranus is shocking news. This is on relationships, but I think this eclipse is going to be a lot on relationships with the Aries.
That makes perfect sense.
Aries energy. Well, what's the opposite of Aries? Libra, relationships.
Yeah. But the shocking. I don't remember 3 years ago, 4 years. No, it was longer than that. 5 years ago. We had a solar eclipse, and like 83 couples I knew on Facebook personally, including my own, just done. No communication about it beforehand. Just, I'm done. I'm leaving. I'm out. And we're all sitting here going, "What the hell?
What happened?"
It was an interesting situation. I took a poll on Facebook. Did this happen to anybody? And at that time, I had almost 3,000 people because I was playing Mafia Wars. And yeah, 83 couples, just boom, done. Yeah. No warning. I know why mine happened now. But at the time, I was like,
what the hell? Well, yeah. And just keep in mind that you can also meet people on eclipses.
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
With the North Node connection is a destined meeting of someone. And you're meant to meet and be in a relationship with this person of some kind.
Open to meeting somebody, just saying.
It doesn't have to be romantic. Pervert Scorpio. Gotta be a love affair. That's Scorpio. Oh, so here we go. Remember, we had looked at a leader's chart in October, November.
Yes.
The trigger chart. Well, if you recall, in 2020, the Christmas star, the Jupiter-Saturn Christmas star. Yeah. So this, if you remember, back then I said, if it's an election year, every time Jupiter conjunct Saturn, which in 2020, every 20 years, a president has either passed away, they've either been assassinated or passed away in office.
Yes.
So that goes back to 1840. Check this out. 1840, Henry Harrison died in office. Okay. 1860. Now, this is when they were elected. Lincoln died. 1880, Garfield. 1900, McKinley. 1920, Harding. 1940, Roosevelt. 1960, Kennedy. Now, 1980, Reagan was
Yeah.
shot. It was an assassination attempt. And in 2000, Bush, that grenade did not detonate.
Right.
So he had an assassination attempt.
Yeah.
So we have 2020. So that to me is mind-boggling.
It is. It is.
It's mind-boggling. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And then on this Friday, like I said, there's a lot of fire. Eris is in there. Eris is Mars's sister, and she wants equality for women, and she's not happy. And Eris is the warrior. She's the street fighter. She's the one that gets out there and just punches people. She's active on the 14th as well. So there's a lot stirring up until, and it's a lot of fire energy. What do we do with fire energy? We use it to our advantage.
Use it to get positive things done. Your housework, your yard work, repair your car. If you need a new job, go look for a new job. You use that fire energy. You want to, it's instead of using it for destructive things, use it for constructive things.
Bonfires are good.
I just look at the calendar. So I looked over and see where the 14th was.
Yeah.
It's Friday.
Yeah.
That's my payday.
Yeah. Is that a good thing or a bad? That's a good thing. I get paid on.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. But we have to look at what is also stirring with all these other energies. We have Mercury retrograde in its shadow.
Uh-huh.
Venus is shifting into Gemini. Venus is in Taurus right now, where she's very happy, content, loving. When she gets in Gemini, she gets chatty, a little tad argumentative. This year we have we have Jupiter changing too. We've got a lot going on. So look what I know there were some signs that let's see on my notes. Strong energies provoke responses. So don't, yes, in Aries that loves. Yeah. See, and Michelle, and that's what we were just talking about, because Keith and I are both Aries rising.
Yeah.
So I can feel this. I don't know. Can you feel it? I know you can, Keith.
Yeah. Yeah, I can feel it. And it's been coming on, growing. It's going to be an incline. It's going to hit, and then there's going to be a decline. So just know that things may change a little. You may feel a little different. Your sleeping patterns may change. Your attitude, your temper, your demeanor may change, but it's temporary. And as long as you understand why this is happening, you can compensate for it. Okay, I feel this way today. Why do I feel down today? Do you have anything to feel down about? No. Okay, it's the energies. Yes. Okay, let's take a look at it. But you can sit there and decipher. Okay, this is the way I feel today. I am as hell at the world. Why am I mad as hell at the world today? I woke up mad as hell at the world. Why? What's going on in my life that could cause that? Nothing. Okay. That's the energy I have to decipher. I have to get through and practice the pause not to rip somebody's head off for saying good morning. That in itself is a lesson.
And to take that Aries energy and make it very productive, and it can be. It's very creative. Gail says she can feel it.
Yeah.
Michelle is electrified in a great way. She's an Aries. Yeah. And Renee's fire all the time.
Not wrong.
She is too. I'm trying to keep my blaze to a flicker, not a bonfire. Well, yeah.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. Balance.
So, and there's not a whole lot of air energy floating around with this. So that means there's not going to be a lot of communications. You're going to you're going to have to use your feelings and your intuition. Because it's not going to be a heavy communicative one.
Right. And if somebody hurts your feel bads, okay, why did that make me feel bad? Think about it. Why did that make me feel bad? Am I self-conscious about something? Have I not healed from something? Did something happen?
What did I say to have somebody to answer me that way?
Yeah.
Something I said.
It might not be anything you said. It might just be they're having a shit day.
Right.
And they took it out on you. And that's all there is to it.
And I do know today what they were saying too is that incident in Louisville, he called a friend and said what he was going to do. If somebody does that to you, take them very seriously and call the authorities.
Absolutely.
Because with this energy, they're going to do it.
There you go.
Never trust your gut. It's always hungry. Trust your intuition. It always knows. And it does, Renee. It always knows.
And it is stronger right now. Mm-hmm. You know, something as simple as I was at the lake for an hour and a half and fishing, not a bite. And I was going to just pick up and go. And sometimes I just give it a little bit longer. Well, that's when I got 10 minutes later, I got the only bite that I got. Well, after that, then it's time to come home. That's just a little example of, you're feeling something for a reason. Figure out why. Give it a chance.
And just ask, clarify what I'm feeling. Give me a sign. Clarify what I'm feeling, Spirit. Tell me what's going on. Yeah. Show me. It is into the intuition right now. It's around eclipses. We're having 2 Aries new moons back to back, which is pretty unusual. That's pretty neat.
That is interesting.
So this is the universe saying, Aries, this is your start. You're actually getting a little extra boost from the universe to say, here it is. I'm showing it to you.
And I'm thankful.
This is your start.
I'm thankful.
Yeah. And act on it. I would act on anything that came out of this eclipse.
Yeah, don't hide from things. Don't run from things. Just act on it. Deal with it. Figure it out. Let it teach you. Because the more you learn about yourself, the more you're going to be able to help others.
Michelle said, yep, late call ended up being best call of the day. See, yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah, the phone rings right as you're getting ready to walk out. Okay.
Yeah. I do that. It's like, oh, I know. I've seen this number in my phone. Who is that? Yeah. I'll wait and let him leave a message, and then the thing can't transcribe it. It's like, shit.
Yep. That would happen in Napa. Just locking the door at 5:30 and that phone rings. What do? There's days like, nope, I'm out. But there's other days like, I kind of feel like I need to answer.
Got to do it.
And so I did. And, somebody broke down on the side of the highway, So, it'll show you. It'll tell you.
It will tell you. So, Keith, tell everybody what Otter's Den will be doing with bringing Otter's Den over to RNN.
Oh. Well, the R.I.F.T Nation Network, RNN. With any luck, we will be getting a little bit more publicity and be able to speak to more people so we can help more people. We have the ability to share out to the R.I.F T Nation Network YouTube channel, Twitch channel, TikTok channel, Facebook channel, and I think there's one other one. So Twitch, yeah, that's it. Yeah, I said, yeah. I'm going to have to check those out because some of them I don't even know what they are. But anyway, so hopefully we're going to get some more exposure so we can help some more people. I hope to, I keep saying this and saying it and saying it. I never get it done. Maybe this is time to get it done.
It's time to do it now.
Get some
Aries rising.
get some other guests on the show, on our off Mondays, and start doing the thing. Because Joni and I, we do every other Monday, and
Right.
that gives me either a Monday off, or if I can find a guest to be on, cool, let's do the thing. So hopefully, there is no hopefully. This is going to be a good positive thing. And not only is the Rift Nation Network probably going to help the Otter's Den with any luck, the Otter's Den will help the Rift Nation Network.
That's awesome. It's a good combination. And Aries rising, I would next 14 days, you could book up the entire summer with that Aries energy and the drive to do it. Boom, boom. You could get guests on whenever you want it.
Yeah. I will mention, I'm going to throw out a shameless plug here. The 24th,
Yep.
I will be on Lorelei Poppin's show, The Angel Rock. So I believe that starts at 5 o'clock.
6.
5 Central, 6 Eastern.
Right.
So yeah, that's on the 24th. What else do I have coming up?
Do you have any shows coming up?
Not at the moment. Just
Okay.
Lorelei's. I'm still going to try to get down to Scarefest in October. Drunken Oracle. Drunken Oracle, I believe on, did I put it in my calendar?
Uh-oh.
I didn't put it in my calendar. That's okay. But on the 14th, that's why. That's what. Thank you. The 14th. That is my house investigation. Christy Ayers will be doing a live paranormal investigation in my home, from my home. The first one that's been done since the spirit mechanics came here to cleanse.
Perfect.
Everybody asked me, is your house still haunted? Technically, I have to say yes. It is not haunted with the same entities, but I have friends now. I have my guides, I have my spirit animals, I have my protectors, I have the fae. So yeah, I've got spirits around me all the freaking time. I am constantly seeing orbs fly in front of me with my eyes. It's not dust. I can see the energy. If I'm forgetting to do something, they will move something and remind me, hey, you left the scissors on the floor, but get them picked up before you let the dog in. Thank you for that. They can be very helpful. Heading out the door. Keys. Okay, thank you. Because I already had it locked, the doorknob locked, and I'm starting to shut it. Keys. Thank you. Grab them keys.
Little things
like that.
Pay attention.
Yes. They will show me what to work on, where to work on the house, or sometimes they will just tell me to sit on the couch, plant it, and watch TV and rest for a little bit.
And relax.
Because sometimes I have to be told.
You should be told. Rhonda is an Aries rising too. We got a lot of Aries fire energy people in here.
Yeah.
Which is, I know all the Aries feel the fire energy. You can feel it. You can just feel it starting to churn.
Yes. Drunken Oracle, 22nd. Thank you, Renee. She keeps me in check.
There you go. Drunken Oracle, 22nd.
And if you have not seen Drunken Oracle, you're in for a treat. For those of you that don't know what it is, me and Christy Ayers do exactly what it says. We sit here, we drink, we get hammered, and we read your tarot and oracle cards horribly, funnily.
Is funnily a word? Funnily.
We will make you laugh so hard you might want to wear the pants. Just saying.
Diapers.
And we do
so that'll be on the 22nd.
Yeah. And we do that just to help people forget about life for a little bit.
That's a good thing.
Good hormones going through your body, feel good for a little bit. And
that's a good thing.
It is. We get ridiculed for doing it because, all the rules out there about tarot cards and whatnot. We ask permission before we do it. Spirit speaks through us while we do this, because probably 75% of the time, even though we're just making up silly stuff, we hit.
You know, laughter is the biggest. Laughter raises the vibrational energy higher than anything. Laughter does that.
Absolutely.
You know, so the spirit world doesn't want you to be miserable. They don't want you to not be successful. You know, the universe wants you to succeed, wants you to be happy, wants you to laugh.
Yeah.
Life is meant to be enjoyed.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, it's not meant to be, oh, love and light. Shut up. You know, you got to laugh. You got to have fun. You got to enjoy it. It's not all.
Yeah. And speaking of love and light, you know, those people that are all love and light and refuse to look at the dark, I kind of shy away from those people, because you have to be able to see the balance. If you're going to work with the light, you should probably be able to work with the dark too, you know. But Renee did bring up a good point I forgot to mention. Christy got reported by a disgruntled person. We figured it out. Anyway.
What?
And so we will be doing the Drunken Oracle from the Drunken Oracle YouTube page. So if you're on YouTube, go check that out. Give us a like, hit your bell, notification bell, and we'll see you on YouTube. I will share the YouTube on Facebook, but
share it.
Yeah.
And then I'll share it too.
Okay.
So that's excellent. And then you and Howie O'Dell will have your show, the
Paranormal Outlaws. Yes, first Saturday of every month, where we just get on here and we pick a subject and we start talking, and we don't hold back. Here it is. This is what we think about the subject. What are your opinions? You know, and we don't put anybody down for their opinions. We try to respect everybody, but we're not going to hold any punches. Here it is. This is it. Let's talk.
So you're busy. You're going to be busy.
Yep.
You're going to be busy. So, and then we will be back in 2 weeks. Keith, no, you won't be back in 2 weeks.
Let's say 10th.
No, the 24th.
Yeah, today's the 10th. Yeah, the 24th.
You're on the other show.
Yeah, her show is, like I said, 5 to 7. Well, actually, I could still do the Otters then.
And I will be here from 7 to 8 with Mysteries Beyond the Scenes, which is true crime.
Yeah. Yeah. So I will.
Using forensic astrology to find missing persons.
Yes.
So true crime, Mysteries Beyond the Veil is now True Crime, Mysteries Beyond the Scenes.
Yes. Yeah.
That will be back in 2 weeks.
I was going to.
But you could do.
Go ahead.
You could do Otter's Den at 8.
Yeah. Well, it's 7 my time. I'm talking my time. So I'm going to be on her show from 5 to 7 Central. And we do the Otter's Den at 7 Central. So I could just transition from one while I'm on there, be setting it up over here on the screen. Boom. Here we go.
And then we'll be back together.
Yes. And I was
on the 20th.
Going to mention that, and we got sidetracked. Yes, Renee Cody is also our newest guest on the Paranormal Outlaws. Yes. Sharon, Christy Ayers, the co-host of Drunken Oracle. We both shared to the Drunken Oracle YouTube and Facebook and whatnot Facebook page, and somebody who was upset with her reported her, so she can't go live from there for a while. So we're compensating by taking it over to the YouTube page.
Maybe it was meant to be then, you know.
Very possible. Very possible. But we do know who it was, and we wish them well. May they be blessed and highly favored.
Why didn't they just not watch it?
Because of the type of person they are, their personality. I could go on and on and on. It's just who they are. That's their nature.
That's a shame.
Instead of letting us do what we do, they got to try to throw a wrench in things. So, we can't.
That's okay.
Well, guess what? We will find a way.
We always will. But tune into and if you are not following the new RNN network
Interesting.
on Facebook, please do so and follow and go join the Travelers page, the R.I.F.T Nation Travelers page, because we've got some new shows coming and these schedules will be up. We're back. Anything else that I'm forgetting, Keith?
I'm a list maker. If I ain't got a list in front of me,
Yeah.
it's gone. So I don't know, to tell you the truth.
We're just getting restreamed down.
Yeah. It's similar, but yet a little different. So we did pretty good tonight, though. But on that,
I like it.
It is 7:59. It's
Alrighty.
time to say good evening. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
We've got some
Happy Eclipse.
Happy Eclipse. Keep an eye on things. Keep an eye on your surroundings, and take a step back and breathe when it's necessary. Have a good evening.
See you in a couple weeks. Thank you.